Hola, ¿cómo? Hi. I had to, sorry I'm late. I'm late today, y'all. I'm late. I apologize. Y'all, I've been sleeping later to make up for the lack of naps I'm getting during the day. So I was sleeping late. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. My hat is bothering me. Oh shit, balls. Let's see what happens. So I slept in a little bit and then I was trying to get my shit done. Yeah, Sandy, pretty much right after I got off last night, he was fine. He sat down, he relaxed, and he was fine. Yeah, it was really hard. And Dan was like, cut, because, you know, it is ultimately his dad, and he worries, even though I had him off screen, that's not a good moment, right? So, and he wasn't resetting quick enough, so Dan was like, I don't want him on, get off, so I kind of, yeah. So, yeah, he did reset, and, you know, sometimes in those situations, you have to be a little bit more gruff, you know what I mean? And it's not good for anybody. So, not good for Dan, not good for me, not good for, because, you know, at that point, you can't rationalize, right? You can't rationalize. So, you have to just kind of sit down, you know, relax. Because with Ed, he's so damn stubborn that it's hard. So anyhow, hello from Vegas. How's everybody doing? What is going on? So nothing much today. And those of you who deal with those intense sundowning situations like Ed, hi Rita, you have to, with him, sometimes you have to get more aggressive and assertive and very direct. And so we're not going to do that shit online because, you know, it's not pretty. I heard Betty died. I wasn't a big follower of Josh Pett, but I did hear. Dan follows him, and Dan knew something was up, right? Because he was posting old videos, and that's not normal for him. Yeah, you know, and it's hard because it's like you can't get them to calm down, right? It took a long time. Normally you guys see a quick reset, and we couldn't reset, all right? So anyhow, nice Laguna del Sol, the naked place. Is that the naked place? Yeah, and I don't know, like I said, I don't follow them, so I don't know. So I'm sure if you follow, you know, and you get the process and see the process. I'm at a 5 right now. So hello to everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope everything is going to be nice. I hope everything's going to be safe and sound. And I hope you enjoy whatever you're doing. Good morning, bon matin, Chantel. It was difficult because I was worried, right? I was trying. And like I said, in that moment, very few of those moments do you have to get, you know, like very aggressive. But it wasn't going anywhere. So I knew it was going to have to escalate a little bit to get him to sit down. Watching YouTube is teaching me. Well, Mary, I'm so glad. So anyhow, what y'all up to today? Hi, Galactic. Who's working? Who's not? Anything exciting? Oh no, Tana, I'm so sorry. Before I got off of TikTok. So, Leslie, she got you scared, huh? She got you scared. Me too. I'm like, is LB talking to me? I told her in Vegas, oh, working from bed, oh no, or oh good, depends. I hope it did get better, Galactic. It didn't get better. It didn't get better, actually. I had a little bump in the road. Another bump in the road. We'll talk about that. Oh, it's a good thing. Okay, Heather. Yay, Heather. So Judy, sorry about that. So anyhow, hi, Stephen. Yeah, well, I told her too, because our friend Elvie yelled at us and said, if you're not gonna watch my whole video, don't watch my whole video. It screws up the algorithm. So I explained to her that I have the worst, I'm not patient, you guys. Were you talking to me? Elvie, did you know I wasn't doing it? Or is it just a general statement? She laughed. I just want to know. So now every time I scroll, if I don't have the patience, I scroll past really quick. Or I watch it, I'm like, all right, Elvie, too long. My patience is waning. My patience is waning. Do you work on TikTok? This is working on TikTok, yes. He is better. He finally got better. We had to divert very quickly. This is my morning business. Yes! Mary, this is my morning business too, girl. Anyhow, you tell your kids, tell your employer, tell your people. I'm in a meeting, I'll call you back. Click. Forward messages. Don't let people interrupt your time, bitches. You hang tight and you tell them after your board meeting, you will get back to them. You guys, those things are normal, right? It's like I saw Goodman had said, these are the things you don't really see all the time. No, because those redirections, those moments when he hyper focuses with that extreme behavior, you know what I mean. Very few and far between. He does cycle, but not like that. Happy beach days, happy. Yeah, no, right as I was getting off, he was just assertive. Grandpa said, oh, Dad, stop it. And he's like, no, Dad, you need to stop it. So it has to get a little verbal. It would be fun to see you in your book sometime. So what I think I'm gonna do, depending on how I can finagle it, but I might, Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh yeah. Grandpa gets a little spicy. Oh, Daniel, stop being so stubborn. Dad, you're being stubborn. Well, we both are. Sit down. Okay. Yes, that's normal. Y'all need to remember that this family are yellers, right? Everybody gets so angry, right? When they hi Galaxy. Everybody gets so angry with the tone of voice, right? Even our neighbor the other day was like, Dan's always yelling. If you don't know Dan, you think he's always yelling. He's just in a constant state. First of all, he can't hear, right? So he talks loud anyway. And everything is a loud banter. Hi, Brooks Nana. We literally talk loud. Again. Who was the mastermind behind the yelling household? Ed. Y'all, oh my God, all you guys do is yell. That's our way of communicating. That's how we communicate. That is our love language. So I get pissed off when people who see, like my neighbors, I'm like, damn, they must think you are the most evil person on the planet. Because if you don't know Dan and his behavior, wow, that guy is intense. That guy is mean. It appears that way. It does. But that's it. stayed with us. He had dementia. If she's gonna listen, yes. And Ed was like, and I kept saying, listen to me. Did you hear one time I said, did you hear what I said? No, but that's not the point. And these mornings, or those evenings, Leslie, Leslie's got a little flirt going. We're loud, we have to yell, and we have to get louder in those situations when he doesn't, you know, fuck. Hey Suri, turn on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, I turned Do Not Disturb on.
Okay. Hold on. I had to turn on Do Not Disturb because it's interfering with my shit. Sorry guys. I keep getting phone calls and crap, and so I had to turn on Do Not Disturb. So it's so difficult. Y'all remember tapping is clapping on TikTok. Everybody should always tap. If you are here, your fingers should be cramping, all 10 of them. Those of you on YouTube have it a bit easier. It's just one simple like when you come in. Samantha, today is the big book start. Today is the big book start today. So I have my first meeting at 10:30, and I don't know how long that'll take. So that's what I have on the agenda today. The Loud family on SNL, I think I kind of do. Thanks, V. So, yeah, so that's my biggest adventure today. And while dealing with merch ideas, we've got some things brewing. We have our brand. We have the logo, the brand logo. We got it all squared away yesterday. So today will be now more provisional, like designs and stuff on shirts. So excited. Pre-order. Y'all think this is like some big ass, publication or something. I'll let you know if we pre-order. We're in the preliminary stages. So we haven't even begun. But today, I will tell you, we've only just begun. So anyhow, I'm excited. And there's some other things I can't talk about yet. Hopefully soon. So anyhow, that's it. So I can tell you that on the member and subscriber live this morning, I put some pictures up for you. So don't forget, I'm not sure how my members and subscribers know there's videos specifically for you, but I did. Hi Joyful, bye Joyful. So just know that they're there. Some of you may have seen them again. They're out, so I grabbed them really quick and wanted you to have a closer look. Let me know how you know, because I don't know. Oh, Eloise, you saw it? Thanks, Chris. Hi, James. Good morning, Mr. Tam. Chris, you gotta be direct, right? You gotta be direct. You gotta be, in this job, right? You have to. David Bowie, he was a singer. You saw them. So does it alert you, Mary, when there's a subscriber video? Just out of curiosity. Hi, Lulu. It's nice. I'm 50. It's hot. It's gonna be hot here today too, Leslie. So it does alert you. Okay, so it says your subscriber, or okay, what about TikTok? TikTok, let me know how it lets you know. What's one of the recipes you love to make? Probably spaghetti. Probably spaghetti because everybody loves my spaghetti. So I would have to hands down say that. It kind of started getting on my nerves today. A little bit. I know, big surprise, right? Big surprise. So, oh, Kenny, I've been waiting for you for days, bruh. I had to hold my breath. I couldn't get excited. I had to sit here and wait for you. You can't leave me hanging like that, Kenny J. Shit. Gotta let me know when you're falling off the rafters for a bit. You know what I mean? No, Dan, for some reason, triggered me this morning. Everything was fine. And I know y'all are gonna be in great disbelief that I was annoyed. But he pissed me off. I don't even know if it was a piss off. It was just an annoyance, right? First of all, he wanted to play on the playground.
Are you talking about me?
This morning. And last night he gave me a break, thank God, because the playground bark needs to be refilled, right? We talked about this shit. Every day is not a monkey bar day, right? And there was so much playing that we lost all the bark underneath. So it needed a little bit of recuperation. So last night I was so tired. I got pissed off. I got frustrated. I even started to cry last night because I was so frustrated. Amanda, thank you, girl. So we'll get back to that. Remind me. Anyway, so he was nice. He didn't even push or pursue. I said, bark is being refilled. We need a little bit of a break, right? The monkey bars need to be oiled. They need to be greased. They need to be cleaned. They need a little rest. So he was nice, finally. Didn't pursue, didn't poke, didn't play, didn't swing, didn't fiddle. So I was like, great. So this morning, first thing in the morning, what does he do? He goes and reaches for the monkey bars, right? I want to swing, and I hate that. I said, bruh, I hate when you first grab onto the bar. Why is that the first thing you do in the morning? Why don't you dip your toes in the bark a little bit, right? Do some stretching, right? Do a little bit of deep breaths. Why do we gotta aim directly? It's like a run and leap and a dingle-dangle from the bar. Leave the bar alone. Work up to the bar. So that kind of sends me, you know? Then I'm like, I hate that. I know. What? Who? Huh? Y'all know, if you know something irritates somebody, why is that the first thing you do? Anybody? Do you? Huh? Who what? I know. Up. Under construction. I don't know. So, don't get rid of the idiot the person, excuse me, who said, you talk rudely to Dad. Oh, I just said that. You can delete it, but, I'm coming to the rescue. Because that's your perception, Mrs. Alfredi. That's your perception. Also, sometimes I do talk rudely. Sometimes I do talk rudely to everybody in my house, not just Dad. I also talked rudely this morning to Ed because he was pissing me off and not listening. Ed, sit down. Why? That's why. Why? Because if you want to eat, you must sit down. What if I want to stand? Bitch, you better sit your ass down. Yeah. No shit, I get a little testy. I got pissed off at Dan this morning too. And guess what? I was a little testy with him too. For the love of Pete. Who said this is an easy job with people in it? The house. Abort the mission, that's a good one because I said it again. Abort the fucking mission. Before you guys critique me on my communication skills, you must think to yourself, do you get frustrated? Do you get pissed off? Sometimes does your mouth say things and react to the people who irritate the fuck out of you? I bet you it does. I bet you the fuck it does. So, stupid question. Don't ask that. Got it? Capiche? Anyway. And I fucking talk about, I'm open about it. Even Dan said this morning, he was like, ooh-ah, the big Danielle, you better settle yourself down. And then I looked at him and I said, who you telling to settle down, bruh? You want to fight? He's like, don't I mean me? Do you want me to start correcting you every time you misspeak to your father? Would you like me to point out every fucking time you aren't your best self? Because I can, right? So yes, Chuck, yes. And that's why I sing the memory care song. Chuck said, frustration is killing me. And it's like, I'm being pulled in 55 fucking thousand directions, right? Yes, Jimmy B. As long as I don't kill any of the men in my house today. But just so you know, and it's not like I'm secret about it, y'all. But half the time, you guys assume I'm speaking rudely to him. I'm not. It's just you and your brain and the way you see me. So most of the time, it's not me, it's you. There you have it. Shannon, what's with your passive-aggressive comment, sweet pea? Shannon, are you new here, girl? Are you new here? And I don't think if you were new here, you would know I'm embellishing, sweetness. Oh, you're not new here? Well, honey, then you should know. You should know my shtick. I would agree if you were new here, you may not understand. So, you should know better, Shannon. Shannon said she's been here for years, guys, right? Listen up. Shannon has said, you guys leave Shannon alone until I give you the release. Shannon said she's seen me for years. So she's asking what's up with my southern accent and what's up with my aggression. Oh, Shannon. Anyway, what was I saying before I was so rudely interrupted by Shannon? Yeah, she would know. So, Shannon, don't be passive aggressive again. When you say, I just joined, give me a break, girl, it was the way in which you came at me that was aggressive. And now, toodaloo, because Candace didn't hear, I said leave you alone. I am a daughter-in-law of a lifetime. Maybe not a lifetime, but in this family, PV, I would tell you yes. In this family, I'm a daughter-in-law of a lifetime. Yeah, she would know. She would know. Hi, Bobby, how you doing? Yeah, my accent. Girl, you should know my accent came alive in 2021, 2022, August of 2022. Mary, I'm showing my stuff on my subscriber. You guys, I'm making it special for the people who pay. If Dan shows you, that's on him. But for me, I make it special for my members. So yes, if she has been watching for years, she would have known my Southern blood came to fruition after my trip to Nashville, and she contracted the corona, right? Bring the hubby beeves at home. Gracie, hang tight, girl. So a strong woman never gets disrespected. People try, right? People try, but I will not allow people to come in here and be passive aggressive. I hate that fucking shit. Don't be an ass. Don't be an asshat. Don't be a biatch. Come in and enjoy. Why can't people just enjoy themselves or don't say a fucking thing? Steven, and you know, here's the thing. You guys, I have a fucking history, right? I think about over 2 years, Goodman. I have a history with Ed, just like I have a history with my husband. Don't you think I'm gonna get perturbed a lot easier because I'm not always perfect? No, I'm not. But I can tell you, I'm honest about it, right? I tell you when I'm angry. I tell you when I'm being rude. This morning, I attacked Ed because he came at me. Doesn't make it okay? No. But it was the way in which he said it. Why? He had attitude. And I, at that point, wasn't in the mood. So I gave him attitude back. I said, if you want to eat, yeah, well then go sit down right there. Huh. So he had it too. So I had it. I couldn't help it. Remember when I say your feelings are valid, it's just the reactions that aren't always. Yes, I'm human. I respond. And then I had my fucking annoying husband jumping on my back for responding to a trigger, right? Ed's stubbornness is a trigger for me. Yes. Yes. Manifest Vegas was a fucking blast. I don't have a fucking favorite part because there were so many highlights every day that it would be unfair for me to pick one. You know, for one, it would be. Anyhow, who's gaslighting? Do I need to take care of somebody? I'll do it with my words. Know what I mean? I miss Ivan, Uben, J.I., whatever the hell it was. So, y'all, you should have FOMO. Girl, I ain't gonna even say, oh girl, next year. You fucked up. You fucked up. Everybody who didn't go fucked up. You know, I can't, like, every day we still have our Vegas chat going. I can. Steven, call me. Let me know. I know people who know people who know people. I got you, boo. I got you, boo. So I just can't. Like, it's impossible. And every day when we're talking, and it just brings us back. And we're all like, our friend Lynn yesterday, she's like, you guys, it's been a week. A week today, we were all making the trek. I was on an airplane at this point. Not yet, but close enough. I'm sad. It was such good times. And I can't wait to do it again. You guys, my people rock. That's all I gotta say. And I can't wait to meet more of you. And I can't wait to have more goofy times with the rest of you. Yeah, Italian girl, she meant well. She's here. She's always standing up for me. It wasn't passive aggressive. I knew what you meant, girl. Sometimes it's hard, right? Because people don't always get it, but I know those of you who are here all the time, you mean well. Bye, Sandy. I think they're putting in a Hard Rock, from what I understand. Magic Mountain. Ugh. I've never been to Magic Mountain, actually. But no! Could you imagine a group of fucking people in an amusement park? We were in the adult amusement park and we could barely function. Yes. So it was, that's one of the downsides of a great vacay. You get kind of depressed. Remember? Like my friends left and then I had the week of to prepare for Vegas, so I didn't have time for depression. And now so much has happened this week for me and my new adventures that I haven't had time to be depressed. But I am depressed. It's sad because I won't see these people again until next year. And I hate that. Most of them live in my house on a computer screen, but other than that. So everybody's personalities were fine, Sherry. I mean, we all kind of, I mean, you all know mine, right? And half the people you have to remember were from Zoom. So we knew each other really well. Even though some of us have never met in person, we already knew everybody's personalities, right? Jen came, which was great. I thought she fit in well. Celeste was amazing. And I'll start sharing some pictures on the member lives. I mean, the member stuff, the subscriber stuff of the people, just in case they don't want to be broadcasted everywhere. I'm going to do it specifically just for the members and subscribers. So I'll kind of give you a face-to-face. So those of you who have those additional things for the Salingers, you'll get to see them. So we have so many pictures that I'll let you see who's who. Circus to me, yeah. Circus is, ugh, really? Oh, Kayla, thank you. Yeah, so the driver, our Uber driver told us. So originally they were gonna, I don't know, keep some of the structure, and I don't know, then they just decided to kill it all. And oh, eye surgery, oh no. Our friend Jerry, whom I haven't heard from in forever, he said he had that too. So no, it was, I think everybody, the people who were there, now, Bought by Mormons, she didn't spend as much time with us. She spent Friday night, and then her and her husband did their own thing. But I hope she enjoyed herself. She said she did. But Celeste fit in. I mean, she was a trooper. I mean, imagine how intimidating that must be, right? For people to, you know, come into a group that's been together for 2 years, and she was a trooper. Celeste will always be a part of this. Hopefully Celeste will be able to come all the time and come to every trip we have. Subtracted to stay in touch. Do I have to subscribe to stay in touch? Courtney, no. You don't have to subscribe. It's up to you. But I do additional things like videos, pictures, and stuff like that, plus the lives. So if you like the private lives and all that stuff, I'm still trying to work back my subscribers on TikTok, because I told everybody to cancel months ago and to move over to YouTube. But then since then, I've gotten a TikTok advocate, and she was like, no girl, right? You keep going and we'll help you. So just because I felt bad for the people who pay, and I'm getting taken down so much on TikTok that I didn't want y'all to pay for something that you weren't gonna get, right? A service you weren't gonna get. So she said, we're here to help. So if you like all the additionals, subscribe. If you don't, I'm here. But I can tell you, I can tell you that eventually, once I rebuild my subscribers on there, and I'm still building on YouTube, eventually it will be just cut off to only subscribers and members on those days, like I did. And I get it, girl. Don't worry about it. You just don't get the extra perks, and that's fine. I don't ever want to make anybody feel like they're missing out. Hey, fucker. And so I will always have a line open. I may eventually get more private. Yeah. Oh, don't feel pressure. And that's the thing, like, people give me shit all the time for begging for subscribers. Y'all, I mean, it's not making me millions here. I do it to where it's worth my time and hopefully worth your penny, because of what TikTok takes. If I was really greedy, I would charge more, but I'm not. I mean, it's not my intention. My intention is to be able to relax with you guys, show you pictures of my mama, that I'm still kind of scared to do, because anybody can get pissed off at me and take the things that I share. So it's giving me a little bit of anxiety because of my trust. So just bear with me for those of you who pay. She's very sacred to me. And fuck. And so just to see how people treated me and my mom at the beginning, I'm so scared, because people, I've had to get rid of members and subscribers, right? And so it worries me. You know, the other stuff, it's fine, but my mama and my kids, and so I'll get there. But I might be slow on the uptake with that. So anyhow, has anybody tried, Italian girl wants to quit smoking. Has anybody tried Chantix? So I got my P.O. box yesterday. Okay, I got my and yo, Adrian, it's so scary to me because people have taken my pictures. People have taken pictures from my Facebook page of my family and are using it for their own benefit, right? They're putting pictures of me up that they have no permission to put up. They have just taken it and run away with it, and I just don't like that, you guys. I mean, I can handle mostly like the emails and the karma shit and people getting my phone number and calling me, but there's something about them stealing my pictures that really, really, really bothers me. I mean, really bothers me, because they're literally stalking, right, to get them. Because the only thing that I had on Facebook is my private account for my family, right? Come on. So that kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. The vape pens are addictive, Michelle. And who knows, they're not any, I mean, really, let's be realistic. Are they any better than tobacco? No. They're all a fucking shit show. So, anyhow, Hermione, you and Ed were fine. Yeah, I don't like that. I just can't. So my suggestion to you guys is, if you help me out, and when you see those accounts, especially on Facebook, and you know it's not me, report the fuckers. Report the fuckers, right? Report the fuckers. Yes, Mary, I think YouTube is $5.99. What's TikTok? $4.99 or something? Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate that. I ain't ready. Well, guess what, GSR? The public ain't ready for you either, girl. Keep your face smiling. Keep your tone normal, whatever that is, and just fake it till you make it, girl. Don't get in any fights. I did smoke cigarettes. Not daily, but when I went into the casino, I used to smoke cigarettes. Oh, YouTube, yeah, I think, did they? I don't remember. So yes, I did when I gambled. And now I just do the pouches. I don't like to interact either. I was like in public yesterday, and people were looking at me, and I'm like, are you a stalker? Do you want to kill me? Or do you recognize me from social media? This was me yesterday in the Nordstrom's rack. Abort the mission, right? No, we don't have smoke-free casinos. We have smoke-free areas, but you have to get through the smoke to get to the smoke-free. And is the smoke-free really smoke-free? Because it's not an impenetrable wall, you know what I mean? Oh, I appreciate it, Courtney, but don't worry about it. You'll see me. I have 3 brothers. Yes, 3 brothers. Uh, yes, I am her. That's right. I'm the badass bitch you think you know from social media. Then one day I decided to quit, and you did it cold turkey. Steven, that's amazeballs. Hi, Chantal. Okay, so I gotta go pee pee. The mints, like nicotine mints. Y'all, I love 9 years. Good for you, Steven. I'm gonna go potty really quick. I'll probably send Dan out because he loves to talk. So give me a minute. Maybe that's another merch idea too. Give me a minute. No, not now.
Good morning. So, I won't let go of Danielle and the Sandwich family. She's good at it. But I will tell you this: despite the hair and the sassiness, I think we've both really been making an effort since the anniversary. So I'm appreciating everything she's doing, and it makes a difference. Just trying a little bit in a relationship can just make all the difference in the world. Despite what she's saying, she's really, I can see her when she's getting, she has pretty much expresses herself all the time. And that's not just on the air, it's with me too. But I can see her trying to, keep everything on the even keel. Effort means a lot. How you doing in South Africa? Hello, Leslie. Did I get Grandpa sign his face for you? Chantel, to ask Danielle, there are some of those hanging around. I don't know Charles Manson. Is he even still alive? I think he's local. I think he's at the Folsom Prison, just about 5 miles from here, if he's still alive. Or no, or maybe he's at San Quentin. I don't know where the hell he is. But no, I don't know him. Do I look like Charles Manson? Is that what you're saying with the stupid hair or the crazy hair? I got to buzz this stuff off. It's the Italian in her, mixed up with a lot of other stuff, but, you got to love it. You got to love it. But the effort, I love the effort. It's incredible. And it makes me want to put out effort. Is he dead? I don't know who. I was Kathy. So last night, Grandpa was spouting off about some young girl alone in a room somewhere, and I couldn't figure out what the hell it was at the time. I think, hey PJ, P.S. I think it was he must have seen something on TV. We had a bunch of westerns on, like Wagon Train, and I don't even they were before my time, but they have a lot of storylines, in the Old West where people, kidnap women or what have you, and they save them. So maybe it was something he saw on TV and then fell asleep. And then when he wakes up, he kind of confuses TV with reality. But that's the only thing I can think of. Because yesterday, pretty much my mom was over in the morning. Really scary. She wasn't feeling well at 7. If you were on here, I left this morning and picked her up. I got out of bed and I was out of the house in 2 minutes, bought her back. She just was not feeling well and having some issues. Then we tested her for COVID. She has COVID. So I took her home. She's quarantining at home. Talked to her this morning. She's, still sick, but resting. And so my dad witnessed that yesterday, right? He saw that and he forgets that she came over, but he remembers that something's going on with her. And if you watch my video today on all 3 platforms, whatever platform you're on, you'll see my dad talking about my mom, and that's why he was worried about my mom, because he had seen her this morning. He forgot the context, but the worry remained. And I did see that Betty passed. When Rita sent me a message this morning, I knew that things weren't going well there. And that's really, it was upsetting to me. I've been watching that channel for a while. She was a sweet lady. And I love Bob and, Josh and Bob working together, father and son, to take care of the mother is just a beautiful thing. And I loved that channel for that reason. And she did pass, so my thoughts are with Josh and Bob today. And I know we lost Mary, Lisa's mom, not too long ago. It's kind of a sad month for dementia on social media, but that's the nature of the disease. And if you're watching these channels, that you know how it's going to end. But she's back. I hope you guys have a good morning.
Sorry, I had a little stomach problem all of a sudden. I was like, uh-oh. I had a protein bar this morning because I was hungry. And sometimes those things, you just never know how they're going to sit with my belly. So, anyhow, sorry about that. Hi, Emily Jones. How you doing, girl? Anyhow. Yeah, she passed, for those of you who didn't know. And those of you who follow, and that's the sad thing with all these channels, right, that have old ones caregiving to the elderly, it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. So, the grandpa with dementia didn't die. No, that's ours. No. Courtney, I did gluten-free for a while, and I didn't really notice a difference. But anyhow, it is what it is, you guys. I just hate because it feels like they've lost so many, right? When I first had to go, yes. Well, and it's funny because I've been tested for all those things and nothing. So I did do it for a while because there's certain things sometimes that do aggravate my stomach. So who knows? Charles Manson died. How should I feel about that? Am I lactose? Yes. Yes. Majorly lactose intolerant. And so protein bars are really iffy for me. And I just needed something light, but I was starving this morning. So I don't think it lasted well. Remember, that's why I stopped drinking coffee, y'all, because coffee kills me. But I did also have that procedure yesterday. And so you expel all that waste and all the toxins and everything through your urine, your sweat, and your poop. So, so yeah, it could be Julie, because sometimes I can eat them and they're fine, and sometimes I can't. And I honestly believe, now don't look at me sideways, but sometimes I think it depends where I'm at in my cycle. And depending on where I'm at in my cycle, sometimes it is exacerbated. You have a half brother. Yeah, I have 3 half brothers. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Joy. You too. The house will get figured out. And then just to find out what's wrong with my stomach. Oh, sorry, Anna. Minsa died. Oh, so what the hell? Oh no, it's not TMI. Girl, come on. I share about almost everything. So, yes, and I think there is some truth to that, right? So I think as I get further along in my cycle, my stomach becomes less tolerant. And really, it's my fault, right? Because I continue to eat them. So, that's why my anus is always inflamed. I really, so the joys of menopause, perimenopause, whatever you want to call it, it sucks. So, anywho, so basically, and you know me, I'm going to share it because everybody who's going through it, I want you to know you ain't abnormal. Or maybe we are, I don't know. Too much. I go to the bathroom maybe shit. Girl, if I didn't poop every 7 to 8 days, I would be miserable. So I can tell you, I probably shouldn't, but I will. Ever since my sister-in-law had dilly pop, she's had really bad constipation. So when and I forgot what it's called, there's a medical term that when your stomach splits apart, right, during pregnancy, typically it takes a moment to go back. Well, dilly pop is 1.5 years. And she was doing sit-ups and she notices that she has that big separation, and that separation is also there's a thing for it, a name for it, and it actually one of the biggest side effects is constipation. So she's getting a colonoscopy early, and they're doing all this stuff, MRIs, and to see, because sometimes surgically they give you can go to PT, but sometimes you have to go in and surgically and fix it. So bye, Janet. Are you drinking your tea? 60 to 70 times a day is a problem, Marty. And if you're shitting that much, bruh, I don't even know how you keep food in your system. How many miles do you run and how often? I was running a lot more 2 months ago. My body's hit a wall. And I honestly think it has to do with my age. Yes, diastasis recti, something like that, yes. TMI, everybody poops. Yeah, I talk about poop because I think it's very fascinating. And I think that it's important to talk about. I have no bowel. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Hi, bye. My grandpa used to shit. Every time he ate, it was like immediately in the bathroom. So, because he didn't have a stomach. So it went directly, small intestine, large intestine, out the colon. So we used to giggle all the time. I can't drink coffee because it makes me sick. So what was I saying before? Oranges, banana, leaky gut, 70 times a day. I was talking about poop. Perimenopause has changed my life in the last year, and so pooping is very important, and I poop a lot. And sometimes it's not always the way it should be, you know what I mean? But that's okay. I think it's important to talk about. Every time I eat, and you would think you'd be slimmer, right? You would think you would be slimmer with all the shitting. It doesn't work that way. So I have to tell you, I had a squirrel a moment ago, but let's go back to the P.O. box. So I got my P.O. box yesterday. So everybody's like, can you please, how many pouches do I do a day? Oh, I don't do it during the day, I would vomit. So if I do a pouch, like last night, I had one pouch with my, got in a bad habit of vaping when my friends were here. And so I'm just trying to only do that if I'm in a casino. So I went to put in my link tree, and I couldn't get in my link tree last night. To make sure you all know, do not send to Salinger Farm or Salinger Law Group. Anything that you see on the internet that has Salinger Farm associated with it, abort the mission. Okay, abort the mission. We are not going to be associated with anything Salinger Farm anymore. And it's unfortunate because that's what I call my family. My family chat, and everything I have in my house is farm. And this was way beyond the TikTok social media craze. My group text in my family, from my family of 5, is the Salinger Farm. Everybody always says we're like the farm. You know, our house is so chaotic, and unfortunately I've had to leave that behind. So it's really hard for me. It's hard for me to give up something that is meaningful to me with somebody who was an ogre and decided not to give me my shit back, right? So the first dude that helped us with everything, Salinger Farm, it was all that stuff, and I had an email, and I changed the passwords and everything, and slowly but surely I started changing over the email associated with my business. And this is what's really hard, is like with YouTube, once you establish your account with said email, you can't change it. You can have recovery emails, but you can't change it. So I will always be associated with that email through YouTube, and I can't get any correspondence. So about a month ago, and I knew this was going to happen eventually, he's either the gig was up on what we paid for our email area, or he just finally cut it off. And so I cannot get access to my Danielle at SalingerFarm.com. So I thought I had gotten everything rectified. I know I can't get YouTube. I just have my recovery emails set up and all that stuff because I knew this day was coming. I knew eventually he would do it, and so I tried to safe caution myself. And YouTube, I can't. It's horrible, but well, whatever. Anyway, so I was really worried that was going to affect my YouTube, but because I set up those recovery emails, I think I'm okay. I hope I'm okay. So I went in to adjust my link tree, and I couldn't get in it. So it was like, I just can't seem to get away from this guy. It just seems like years later, it's still run into issues because of the chaos he created. And in his mind, I'm sure he's thinking it's me, right? I'm the one. I'm the problem. It's me. Most cases, I would say so. But in this case, it was him. So it really pissed me off, you know, and it wasn't even wasn't even just frustrated. You know, I can't get away from him. I can't do it. And so I just had my moment, cussed, screamed, pissed off at myself for why, you know, how was I so stupid? How, you know, the whole guilt thing, and I got over it. I emailed them and I said, look, I can't get into my account. My email was taken over or not paid up. I don't know, whatever he was the admin on it. So anyway, so it is what it is. So it just pisses me off. You know, it's always something. I just feel sometimes like whenever things seem like they're going finally right, you know, and I'm finally above those clouds, boom, you know, there's always something trying to pull me back down. So sometimes it's really hard for me because it's just frustration. I cry out of frustration. I cry out of sadness and frustration. And I just lost my shit last night. Dan was like, what are you doing? I said, nothing. 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 I just want to be done with him. So this next journey that we're on, Salinger Farm is completely removed. Unfortunate for me, and that's kind of like a grieving process for me as well, because that's my name, you know, that's my family, and for years that's what I've called us, and it's really hard for me. It sounds really stupid, but it's really hard for me. So anything that has Salinger Farm, so there is literally, I think somebody said the real Salinger Farm. That's not real. You guys, we're the only real Salinger Farm. And it's a shame that people think it's okay to steal our stuff, to make something, to try to cheat the system, to steal from people. It's the biggest frustration for me and Dan. So anyhow, so once I get that fixed, worst case scenario, I'll have to make a new one, which is just a pain in the ass, because y'all know I hate that shit. And it's just a pain. I don't do well with shit, you know, like that. And so it just becomes more taxing for me and overwhelming. And Dan's like, who cares? Just make a new one. I'm like, oh, says the guy who can barely even know how to turn on a fucking phone. And I'm not that far behind you, so I'd prefer not to. And I hope karma, I really do. Because it's not right. And it's just not right. I don't want to dwell on it because I'm still irritated about it. There's been a lot that's been irritating me lately, and rightfully so. You know, I have that still looming. I have other interpersonal relationships that have been formed through this app with people, some of which I've had to delete formally. Not me, but somebody did it for me because I was having issues with doing it for my own reasons. You know, everybody has come in my life for a reason through this journey of mine. Whether good, whether bad, whether good and bad, everybody. Even the guy originally who stole my fucking email and now has my domain name up for $70,000 on GoDaddy. He did provide a lot of great things, right? He did provide so many opportunities like the Zoomies and they're my family now, right? There were so many good things that came in from him too. Everybody, whether it's ended negative, has benefited me in some way, who's helped me grow and it's helped me flourish in this journey I've been on. You know, there's a couple other people, and I know people have been contacting me on the side. There's another friend that I had that I still thought I had, but I can't do victim mentality shit, you guys. Don't play the victim. It's really hard for me. I'm 50. I don't do well with people, woe is me, you know? Like I say, when you're part of my group, right, if you want to call it, you have to insert yourself. I cannot maintain relationships one-on-one very well, right? I need somebody in my life who understands where I'm at in my life and knows and doesn't take offense to if I can't get back to them or if I can't give them the attention they need because I may be their only friend outside of a family member, right? I can't do that. I don't always have the time for that. It doesn't mean I don't love you, doesn't mean that I'm not talking or thinking about you, but sometimes it just gets to be a bit much, right? Sometimes it gets to be a bit much. And some people can't adapt to that, right? Some people can't, and I'm honest about it. I love you, but, you know, if you need more from me, you're probably gonna need to be the one who initiates because there's so much going on here. I'm trying to make a business, right? I'm trying to take care of my family. I'm trying to safeguard myself if anything were to happen with Dan or us or God knows what for my kids, you know? I'm trying to safeguard. I'm trying to do so much for my family I haven't been able to do. I don't just work 40 hours a week. I don't like to see videos about victim mentality. It pushes me the fuck away. It pushes me away because I got no time for that shit. So it's either one or two things. I'm gonna either respond negatively and harshly, or I'm just not gonna respond at all. And I'm teetering. So if you're watching, this is the only way I can communicate with you right now is because you've done pissed me off. And that's just a blanket statement because don't play the part when you haven't made an effort. Now, granted, there was issues and you had your own struggles and stuff like that. Don't put your stuff and project it onto me and make it my fault that you weren't involved. That comes down to you, not me. And that's all I gotta say. You know, doesn't mean I don't love you anymore. It doesn't mean I don't care for you. It just means, for fuck's sake, stop doing this. And this bullshit is what got you in trouble in the first place. So, now, there is an age gap. So there's a lot of growing up on her part that she needs to do. A lot of soul searching and a lot of recovery and with everything, like we all do. But I'm 50. That's not how you get attention. And that's the wrong way to do it. And it just secures my decision in needing space, right? Because I can't do needy. I just can't do needy right now. Yes, and that's the one, Liggy Sue. Doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means I have to prioritize myself. God, Deb. I have to prioritize myself, right? Like take Debbie and I, for instance, right? It's like we know. I may give her a hard time. I'm like, whatever. You know, she's on her battling and shit like that. Whatever. But we don't need to talk every day to know where we stand with one another. I mean, the bitch just invited herself back to my house without really even asking, right? She just said, oh, by the way, I was in Vegas. I don't know where we were at the time. She called me. She's like, how did these dates work for you, right? And I said, great, why? She's like, well, I'm coming back. I was like, oh, okay, cool, you know? But that's what you have to do with me. You have to take initiative, you know? You have to take initiative. You have to insert yourself. Or, I was in Vegas. And we were doing something and I couldn't talk to you at that time. Oh, I think we were all in the room being silly and I just couldn't hear and I didn't want to walk away. FOMO, you know? And so she's like, bitch, I'm booking an airline ticket. Are these dates okay? Where are you going? Your house? Oh, all right, cool. Come on over. So, Jennifer, I'm the same way, especially with social media. But I had trust with this person. I did have trust with this person. And I knew, you know, she had some hurdles she needed to cross. And I was there. But I can't do needy at my age. I love you, but I don't have the time. Fuck. Everybody in my house is needy. You know, Dan, Grandpa, my kids. You know, I can't give needy to other people. Now, if you need me, you know, and you're in a situation, you're like, bitch, you better pick up the fucking phone. I need to talk to you right now. I may do it. But sometimes I spend my day talking. And sometimes, like me and my other friend, Lisa, a girl she knows, she doesn't call me. She just leaves me voice messages, right? Hey, girl. And that's how we communicate because it works better for me, right? And probably for her. So, anyhow, you got it. But she's also my age-ish. A little bit older, but let's not rub it in. But she respects that. She respects those boundaries. And I think everybody within this age group understands because they're not myopic in their views and they see that they don't want to burden me with too much of it. Sometimes she's like, girl, I need to FaceTime you. So whenever you get a free moment, please FaceTime because I need to show you a couple things and then I hop right on that because you never know what I'm going to see. And you know I like visuals, you know. And my other friend too, Donna, in New Hampshire, she texted me. I haven't had a moment to get to her yet. You know, she texted me before I left for Vegas. She goes, girl, when you have time, give me a call. Haven't had time. Haven't called her back yet. So, again, my age group, much older. Just kidding, Donna, love you. But she's 60, 10 years older than me, and she understands, you know? So, I think it's just sometimes with the younger people, it's the age gap really sits in, you know what I mean? So, me too, because Kim, sometimes when I stay at the same place, I don't know, somebody said the four queens or something. I'm finishing up, I just finished up the Vaseline intensive care, but yes, I did have CeraVe before that, yeah. Yes, Debbie is coming back. She'll be back on the 3rd of August, so we'll have some fun things. Poor Candace can't come because, you know, she's self-employed and she's busy, and she's like, literally, it's a month later. Who has time for that? Girl, it's okay. Come when you have time. Yeah, I'm 60, going on 50. That's funny. I just think, you know, as we age, we're just in a different mentality and a little bit more understanding of people's schedules and stuff. I did too. And, you know, Andy, I literally have had to step back, right? Because mostly all these friends that I talk about all the time have been a part of my journey. So, well, some of them started with Dan, you know, and then stayed for me. And they've been here for my whole journey for the last 3 years. Let's call it 3 years, right? And so they get it. And like, I've literally had to back up. I can't be friends with everybody. Like, Dan was like, dude, you can't form friendships with everybody like you have with this group. You know, it just, you're gonna grow, you're gonna get bigger, and you cannot, you know, you have a family too, and you have me. And so I do put so much time in my work, typically, that it takes away from everybody else. So I've really had to work on boundaries. And so sometimes the Zoomies get me in trouble because, I do my morning lives, then I'll pop on, I'll do my stuff, and then I'll pop in and out on Zoom, and then, I'll do an evening live. And, I'm doing lives morning and night every day for the most part. So it is, Dan's like, hello, and then I catch up on text and messages, and it does take away a lot of time. So Dan's always like, you have to, it's okay. Like yesterday I was freaking out because I'm like, I haven't replied to YouTube today. And he's like, Danielle, it's okay. Like, you don't have to respond to your people every day. And it's okay if you choose to not. You need to understand that they're going to reply no matter what. They're not just replying if you reply. They understand, So, especially with this arena of mine, but see, that's the problem. That's the problem. I put my all in my business, I put my all in my friends. And Dan's like, hello, I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm here. I need attention. Abort the mission. Your husband needs you. Wow, what do you need? So it's really hard. It's really hard. So I think I've gotten better with it. Anyhow, Laura, burnout is real. I think I ebb and flow with my burnout. And the getting away this last time was so nice. Like, I just feel so much calmer from this last trip. Now, granted, I've had so much excitement, right? I had Mexico, then my friends were here for 10 days, and then I went to Vegas. And so this Vegas trip, even though Dan wasn't really participating because he wasn't feeling great, and I wish he would have communicated with me instead of making him think he was mad at me the whole time. He's a horrible communicator. But I would have understood it better and been a little bit more comfortable. But coming back, I feel different, and that's really good. And then I have to look forward to Debbie coming again. So that really helps keep me and my spirits high, and gets me excited for more, right? Then Hannah's coming down at the end of August. Her and Jennifer are running a marathon. Her roommate Alex is coming. So I'm going to spend the night in Santa Rosa with them. Me and Alex are going to hang out while they run the marathon and meet them at the finish line. So I have that weekend coming up. So I have some excitement for the month of, and then I'll have October. So I've been busy, and I think it's so important in this role that I have. I spent too much time in this house and not getting away. The night trips to the casino for 5 hours or whatever, it's fun, but it's not enough, to unwind completely. 3 days away was wonderful. It's just wonderful. So is she still, so Alyssa, no, because Alyssa's going to school. She's going to her master's program in Long Beach, I think. So no, but they see Alyssa a lot. So they still come and they go to lunch, or she'll spend the night with the girls. And so Alyssa is living, I think, with her sister. And then Morgan's living downtown San Diego, and her and Alex, and now Justin, Hannah's boyfriend, moved in. So we've had some excitement over here on the Salinger side of things. You have to work a lot if you're paycheck to paycheck, like you said you are. Yeah, I mean, am I paycheck to paycheck? Yes, for the most part. But we're lucky because we have investments, and investments have saved our asses in a lot of times. So we were fortunate enough to have investments to help along the way. Are we okay? We're okay. Our retirement's not like it used to be because we've had to use our investments, but we still are doing okay. But we're trying not to touch them, right? We're trying to use what we have and be able to live the same way. And I've made I've had to make sacrifices in the last 5 years because that's what you do, you know? Yeah, I think so. They're doing good, Randy. They're doing good. There was actually a picture I got like a week ago, or maybe 2 at this point, and they went to some concert and Alyssa was there. So, you know, when your family changes, which it happens for a lot of us, some of you are going through changes now financially. You have to adjust, and I've learned to cut back for myself a lot. I'm lucky because, you know, I've diversified on my social media. So I give myself a little play money because of my diversification, and that's what I use for the casino and stuff like that. Should I probably not go to the casino? Absolutely. But a girl needs her time. A girl needs her time. So are we hurting? No. We're comfortable, you know, with the way we're doing things. Now, if my kids didn't take all my money, I would be in a better situation. But it's all going to my kids right now. It's all going to my kids. As the time you have to be ready to live, yes. Medical school, woo! It's a lot of money. A lot of money. But, and that's why Jennifer chose to do the law school she's going to, because she's able to pay for it herself with a little help from mom and dad. And that's our biggest want for our kids. Although, hold on, let me rephrase this. Dan's biggest want is that his kids can graduate graduate school without any loans. At first, I thought it was just undergrad, which we took care of. But now he's morphed into it being graduate school as well. Now, originally, what we had talked about was, I will do everything for undergrad, right? And then once you, is my husband here? Because we need to bust his ass out. He was like all of a sudden making it be about graduate school. And I thought, honey, that wasn't the plan. The plan was we will pay for them until they graduate, and then we'll give them a little bit of time to have a job, and then they're on their own. No, not in Dan's world anymore. So I think he's trying to punish me, right? Because Mama has her eyes set on a new set of wheels, right? But Mama can't get the new set of wheels because she's got 3 needy kids. And now Dan has changed the course of the way we're doing things. No, I think Dan is here. Dan was here. Dan said it's hard to be young right now.
Did you call for me?
No, I didn't call for you. No, unless that was Dan. Yeah, because you changed the rules on education and funding with the kids. Temporarily, and then you bitch at me. I hope you're saving. I hope you're saving.
Well, we don't need it, right? We don't need to spend.
I do.
No, I don't.
Shit.
Let them build for the future. But it's only because we have a little surplus with social media, so why not use it to keep their debt levels down, right? We can sacrifice.
No, I've sacrificed enough.
We lived
Mama needs a new set of wheels.
Excessive life for long enough.
No, I wasn't excessive when I should have been excessive, and now I want to be excessive, and I can't be excessive. So I want to redo. You were excessive. I wasn't excessive back there.
I'm not the one with all the LV bags.
I should have bought more. I should have bought it all back then when it was excessive, but I was cheap back then, and now I'm not cheap. I want to be excessive now, and now I can't.
What's the?
I need a new car.
What do you mean you need a new car? A car runs fine.
Click, 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 click.
It runs fine.
And the radio decides when it wants to move.
The radio is a bit electronic.
You busted the seat.
Oh, the seat's ripped. Let's get a new car.
I told you there's more things. And I'm 50. I said when I turned 50, it was on my bucket list. I was supposed to have a car with a red bow. Bucket lists
are change. We had illness. We have grandpa.
Well,
we have
what if
kids
I die
that
tomorrow
decided
and I'll never have my big red bow on my car?
Our kids decide to go to expensive places for school. It's expensive to live.
Yeah, and now I have to pay for something we weren't going to pay for. So you completely changed the course of our journey with payments. Now we're still paying. Mom, I need a suit. Okay, Dad says do it. Mom, I need a little bit of help this month with school. Dad says do it. Mom, I can't buy groceries. All right, Dad says let's go. We were supposed to cut you off when you
Nope,
graduated.
sorry, no food. You'll just have to go hungry.
Mom, I need an oil change. I can't, oil's on. I can't afford oil. I can barely afford to eat. Dad, okay, well, we got your medical, your phone bills and everything else, but you don't need to take out a loan for graduate school because I totally reneged on that one. I'm taking it all back.
Sorry, kids, you're going to have to take out loans because your mom needs another bag. She needs an LV bag.
I don't want a bag. I want a fucking car.
She needs another car. She wants a BMW. So, sorry.
I don't want a BMW.
What do you want?
Well, it's between two cars.
What?
Well, an Audi.
An Audi?
Yeah.
A new Audi?
A new Audi.
All right.
Or.
6 figures. Or,
well, no, not 2 years at least.
Or
a Porsche. Panamera. I've always wanted a Panamera.
Oh my God, I agree with her. Really? It's time to go buy a expensive car?
Cheeto, I'm working, bruh. You should see how hard I work.
Oh, you definitely. No one's saying you're not working. You're working hard. You're doing a lot. I'm
doing a lot.
And we've had a lot too. We've had a lot of excess.
Yeah, my kids should have been figuring it out. But now, 2 years into law school, what am I going to do? Sorry, I've just decided that Dad reneged already. I'm going to put you back and you're on your own. Like, now I can't do it. But at the time, I told her no. She was crying because she didn't want to take out a loan. And she had the loan paperwork and she started busting down crying. And Dan was like, I'll pay. And
I said half. We don't pay.
Guess what?
What?
We ended up paying the second semester too.
Well.
Because I don't want her to take out a loan. That's too ridiculous. It's his fault. So it's so funny because he yells at me for spending too much money on the kids, but it's his fault. It's your fault. Mm-hmm. It's his fault because he created this, and it's like, and then what did they come back? Well, Dad said, yeah, I was the mean one, and I said no. She looked at me because I said no, and she started crying. I said, no, you need to take out a loan. And Dan was looking at me like, what? Give her the money. And I was like, no, she needs to take out a loan.
She may have to if income falls off in a year. I mean, we don't know what the future holds. I just want to, keep them as debt free as long as we can.
Bema lady, yes. Right when I got off, he said.
I do not like debt. That's one thing I don't like debt.
And he's a softie when it comes to his kids because he wants his kids to be able to get out of school, not have any debt, and be able to start saving for their future.
I wonder where I got that from. You ever hear my dad?
Uh-huh.
Not that he helped us.
He didn't help you with graduate school at all.
No, I had to take out loans and work, and you worked. We did it. Mm-hmm. But we didn't instill that yet in our kids, so
but
they have to learn.
Let's be real. I mean, as we all would, but I was really adamant with Jennifer for a lot of different reasons that I won't go into, but I was adamant that she needed to get a loan.
By the way, just so you all know, when we went to Vegas, people came up to me and said, you look a lot skinnier in person. I'm just noticing the camera angle, and I don't have any kind of huge fat suit on or anything. I don't know why, but the camera adds weight.
That was important?
Because I see it. And so people did say, my God, you look a lot bigger on camera.
Yeah, and let's be real. I like I said, Jennifer's undergrad cost us a lot more than what we had, right? Which we paid for. And I kind of feel, and Hannah, let me tell you, kids, they compute. So Hannah expects the same thing, right? Like, well, I'm going to graduate school, so I shouldn't have to take out a loan because you spent X amount of dollars for Jennifer's education. And, it's true. Like, how do you say no to her? Sorry, we're not going to pay. And now Andrew's deciding to go back to school, but we'll see how long that lasts. And he's a little nervous. So he's like, Mom, can I just take this semester off before I get a job? Because I just want to make sure I can do it. I think he's second guessing himself. So he's like, it'd be nice to not have to work. So what can I do? I mean,
well, 3 Amazon packages came for Andrew yesterday.
Yeah, but I didn't pay for that.
Where's he
whatever
getting the
little money he had left, because I saw
I
him
mean, the
transfer
kid is
it.
the most generous kid. He worked really hard and made good money, but he gave it all away. He bought his mom a $2,000 or $3,000 gift, which he never should have bought. He gives it to his sister.
And he bought his cousin a trip out to Mexico.
He's just so
He's very sweet. Just hard for me to tell him no, because
he's so generous.
He's very generous
with his own money.
Yeah. So, and he didn't save, so I don't know. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard because how do you tell your kids no? I would have with school, and I still told Jennifer, you need to take it alone, and she goes, no, I'm not taking it alone. I will do it if I have to sacrifice, and if you can just help me with groceries and incidentals and stuff, I will do it. So
I'm buzzing my hair. I gotta.
You guys,
not wash it
please
out.
remember that his hair was for charity. It's to raise money
Charity.
for Alzheimer's. So
It's not for personal appearance or.
I would
some
never
girl
ask
I
my
met
husband
online.
to dye his hair because I don't give a shit and he looks ridiculous. So
I look ridiculous.
again, I have to look at that every morning I wake up or when he's on top of me. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? And it turned orange. It's turning orange. It's turning orange. And God knows, you guys don't know I don't like orange, despite what my nails say. I'm not an orange lover, right? So,
The Giants. Orange and black.
shave your fucking head. I can't.
All right.
It's ridiculous. So he does not look younger. It's funny. I am torn. I think my next car, I really miss my SUV, honestly. I was an SUV mom my whole life. I like a wagon. I don't mind my Subaru, but I've always said I wanted something at 50. I told myself I wanted to buy myself a nice SUV, whether it be a Range Rover, an Audi, or the Porsche Panamera. So there's two. I've always wanted a Porsche Panamera. Ever since they came out, I was like, when I'm 50, fuck my kids. They should be off my payroll. No, I'm getting myself a nice luxury car. I love the Audis. I don't like any of the new body styles at all. So it wouldn't be new. It would be at least a 2-year-old. Orange is the new black. I know, but I have to tell you, Tabitha, my friend bought an Audi Q7 5 years ago, and it's just badass. It's badass. And I've loved it and she got that like midnight navy, so it's so beautiful. And I just have always liked them. I've always liked them. So, as far as that's concerned, I probably won't. I mean, my car's paid off almost. And we did the whole, I don't pay cash for a car unless I get 0%. And I think I got like close to 0% from a Subaru. So Dan's like, we ain't doing that. Oh, hi, Hot Mess Heather. You have the Cayenne. I drove the Cayenne back before we got Dan's Porsche. The Cayenne was out, and we drove it, and it was so weird because we thought about getting that too, and it was it shifted weird. I'm sure they've changed much over the years, but that's why we didn't end up going because it was between this car and the Cayenne. I was off payroll. Oh, Lori, girl. I've always kind of secretly wanted a Range Rover. I've kind of secretly wanted, thank you, Kim. I've kind of always secretly wanted a Range Rover. Ooh, ribeye steak sandwich, yummy. I'm starting to get hungry. What time is it? I gotta go. You guys have my meeting in like 4 minutes. Christy, are you on here? Shit, I gotta go. I got my first book meeting, girls. I gotta go, and guys. I know, but one of my favorite ones was the Land Rover back in the day, the old ones. Now, I'm an old car connoisseur. I love old cars. I don't really like the new ones, but I love the Land Rovers back in the day. I'm talking like, how old's Jennifer? She's 26. I'm talking about like 15 years ago when they had the freaking ladders on the back of the Land Rovers. You guys, I love them. I know they are, and I probably won't buy one because I can't afford to fix them, because I'm on a budget because my kids, and I'm probably not getting a new car, so it doesn't matter until the kids are off payroll. But I love you guys. I gotta talk to my friend. She's gonna be calling me now. The dogs are gonna be sad. I lost track of time. shit balls. And it's hot. Fuck. Anyway, I will get my P.O. box done once. Don't send anything to the office. Let me get my link tree up and going, and I will put the P.O. box down. Anyhow, love you guys. Sorry. Remember, you are worthy, you matter, and you are important. Your feelings are just that. They're yours. It's the reactions that we do. I was reactive this morning, and I tend to be reactive throughout the day, and that's okay. I will probably never change that. I'm just saying. Let's be real. There's some things I can accept to feed on. That is one of them, my reactions. My reactions are my reactions. I will never fix those. I try, but sometimes. But anyway, as long as I fix everything else. Anyhow, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Oh, tonight's a